Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here today. I had a request for traveling with a baby video. I did a pack with me and you guys wanted to know how it went, and it actually went really well. I will say our son is a very easygoing baby. He's very chill. I mean, as long as he gets his nap and he's fed, he's pretty much just kind of along for the ride. So I will say that, but I have a little notebook I have stuff written down in, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But let's get right into the video. So I started by just kind of going through my day, and you can even do this by like writing things down like in a notebook of like if you need a more visual thing. I just kind of ran through my head and was like, okay, what's our routine for breakfast? These are the things that I'm going to need. And then, you know, for naps, for lunch, for dinners, and then for bedtime, which is the most important one, at least for us. Like, if he naps, he's good to go. For reference, at the time of traveling, we had a 10-month-old baby. He's our first, and we traveled with family. And we did more of like a very laid back vacation. We did more of like the hiking, the Airbnb that we stayed at. It's not Airbnb though, it's like a Vrbo. We stayed at was a house on land, and it had like, I don't know, like seriously 10 acres I'm pretty sure, with this huge pond and pickleball court. It was amazing. So it was a lot of fun, but so it was just more laid back, that we weren't in a city, that type of thing. So I wrote down some lists of things. So my first one is try to stick to your routines that you do at home the best you can. So like an example for this is like our bedtime routine, and like we do this for naps as well. Anytime he is going down to sleep, we do the same things. He gets a bottle in the room where he's going to be laid down at. His sound machine is on. It's as dark as we can make it. He doesn't need like pitch black, but you know, close the curtains, that type of thing. And then we feed him this bottle, we swaddle him, and he gets laid down and he goes to sleep. So that was our routine. And he was 10 months old at this time, so we had sleep trained him like 4.5, 5 months. So he was good by this point. He was sleep trained and ready to go. So I try to stick to that. I try to stick to like the same times that we eat. So like in the morning, I mean obviously he's waking up on his own at like, he wakes up like between 6 and 7. Usually it's 6:30-ish, but it can vary day to day. But he'll wake up, and then we immediately get breakfast and start getting ready for the day. So I made sure that when we were on vacation, I brought the things that we normally eat for breakfast and kind of went from there. Just trying to keep those simple routines that we already have at home. Sorry, the sun is coming in and out. But yeah, just simple things like that. And if you can't control the times you're eating at, try to control other things that you can. Maybe you guys read books at a certain time of the day, or I don't know, just something like that. And then for us, we ended up traveling during his nap time. So we were only traveling about 3 hours away. It did take us 4 hours to get there, because we did stop at a park, which is one of my other things is my mother-in-law told me that she had 4 kids, and she traveled a lot, at least compared to my family, with her kids. And she said that her biggest hack was trying to find parks along the route. So if they're getting fussy, you can get out and have a safe place that you had already like looked at. So on our way, we went through a city, and they had like a really nice park, and it actually worked out. About the 2-hour mark, he had already tried to fall asleep, slept for like 45 minutes. So it took him like 45 minutes to fall asleep, 45 minutes in the car to sleep, and then when he woke up, he was kind of ready to get out. So it was around the 2-hour mark, he started to get a little fussy. I was like, this is perfect. I have a park set up, already planned on our little maps of where to stop. And so that's what we did. And I thought that was such a good idea, because then like pack peanut butter and jellies, or you know, it's a good time to feed the baby or whatever. And we just kind of got out, got in the stroller. It was good for us too. We got to get out of the car, walk around, get some sunlight, and kind of restart the trip, essentially, like fresh slate. So traveling during nap time helped out a lot because it took him a little bit to fall asleep. So we did his sleep routine before we got in the car. So I turned the sound machine on, I gave him his bottle, and then I put, you know, changed his diaper, all that, put him in the car seat, gave him his little lovey, and it did take a little bit of time. He didn't necessarily cry, but he was just, you know, obviously a new environment, the car is not dark. So that was another one. Planning the stops around along your route. So I had one planned for like every hour in case, like, you know, something happened. I just wanted to have like a safe area where we could do that, because that was genius. Honestly, it was like that saved the trip a lot of the time. And on the way home, I did end up having to sit in the back because we just like wanted to get home. I get car sick, so it was just kind of like, all right, I have to do it. I have to get in the back and try to entertain him. Snacks, lots of snacks. I literally just have snacks starred on this list. If worse comes to worse, I mean, like, he is always just give him some puffs or a little pouch, because you can make games with those. I would like hide them in my hands, and then they have like these little, I don't know what they're called, like crackers, but we call them little surfboards because that's what they look like, and they kind of dissolve in his mouth, and I would break them up into little tiny pieces and, you know, really take our time with the snacks, make them last a long time. Let's see. Oh, that brings it to the next one, is if you can, leave a seat next to your baby, even if it's between, if you have more kids, between two car seats, somewhere that you don't have bags that you can put it, if you can. Now, if you're going on a long trip or something and you just can't make it work, you know, pulling over at a safe area and just kind of reconfiguring so you can sit back there is okay. But when I left that seat open, like on the way home, as a just in case, especially if you're breastfeeding and you can get in the back, and obviously when you're pulled over, but having that space already ready to go is nice, just being prepared for that. Let's see. Oh, this was another one I learned from someone else when I was trying to travel and I needed tips because I was worried about him sleeping. We slept in the same room as him, I should say that too. So that was another thing I was like just so worried about, which it was totally fine, and I was just so thankful that we were able to go. But yeah, I've never slept in the same room as him unless he was like a newborn, so I was a little worried, but he did great. So circling back to what I was saying, is we had to put him in a playpen to sleep, and we would sleep in the same room. And someone else's YouTube video said put a crib sheet over the playpen, like insert where they sleep on. It will smell like home, it will kind of look like home. Like, we only have 2 different crib sheets that we use, so like when he sees that, he, you know, it's just one extra thing to keep that routine as similar as possible, like with the smells and all of that. That was really good. And the crib sheets don't fit perfectly, but I just pulled the extra like right around it and shoved it down, and it was totally safe, at least for a 10-month-old. Now, you know your child. If that's not safe for you guys, obviously don't do it. The next thing was a trash can in your car. And this doesn't mean like go buy a trash can, just use a grocery bag, you know, wrap it around a headrest, or I know you have garbage bags, just literally put that thing in there somewhere where you can put the dirty diapers and the snacks. And if you go through a drive-through, even when we were out and about, like, just there's just so much trash that like has to be taken care of, that just having a spot in your car to put it, it helped a lot keep the chaos in the car down, because you're not like cleaning your car on vacation. And my last tip is to clean out your car before you go and kind of prep it. So my husband does like the oil changes, he checked the tire, all of that, but like actually clean it out. Get your car chargers in there, make sure you have your sunglasses. I always have like an extra stack of diapers and wipes in there, along with sunscreen, just because we are in the summer right now, and a little sun hat. But like anything extra like that, just kind of plan anywhere like you can shove these little things that they're organized, not just like floating about the car, because if you are out and about, like there was times where like we needed some extra wipes because we just needed to wipe our hands. that helps. I always have hand sanitizer in our car. And then if you are traveling, just planning on like your breast milk, what you're going to do with that, or if you're doing formula, which at this point we were doing a mix of breast milk and formula, and just having like, we had water bottles ready to go. We also didn't know what the water would be like at our house that we were renting, so we packed like distilled water like in a gallon, and having that in the car was just extremely convenient, even just for us filling up our water bottles, but mainly for the bottles for the babies. So, and then also if you don't think about that, it's, you know, usually fast food restaurants, they have water available, you can pull through. It's not like the end of the world. And then also going along with formula, I would say, I wish I could go get it, it's out in the car. We keep one of these in the car. They're like little containers, and they have little sections for formula, and you just fill it up with how many ounces, like scoops per ounces. So we were at 8 ounces at this point, and so then you just put the lid on and you can turn it. And if you don't want to buy something like that, just having like little cans of Tupperware or Ziploc baggies, anything you can just scoop and have it portioned out already, ready to go. Traveling helps a lot. I always have one of these in the car, and I always have a bottle, and I can always find water somewhere. Sometimes I will just throw a water bottle in there if I know we're gonna be busy week or something, but that is definitely just making sure the baby is fed and can be changed. That's the two main things. And then obviously for yourself, like, you know what you need. So yeah, but that's my tips. I know that was kind of jam-packed, but I hope that's really helpful. Those are things that I would have wanted to know and been reassured about when we went on vacation. So yeah, I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.